What is going on, movie meals? Movie meals. Sorry, I just caused your ears to bleed. Before we get into the video, thank you to our patrons. You guys are awesome. Remember to like, subscribe, share. I don't know what the heck. Are we ending the video right now?
It's a lot. Thanks for watching, guys.
Kimberly, Karen, your boy needs to sleep. If you also are interested, go get some of our merch. I brought the Valentine's Day mug up. I got a pink one because I wanted a pink one. And it's awesome. I love it. It's going to be part of the studio set, especially as I get a new studio here. Good work, Kyle, on this here, my guy.
Oh, thank you.
The Valentine's Day stuff will be up for 2 more days this weekend. So if you still are kind of curious and you want it, go get it. It's all up and available right now. I'm going to set it on top of the Joker's face. The audience can't see that, but I can. All right. WandaVision, episode 7.
7. I don't know why I held up 2. It's
Episode 7. I watched it early this morning, as I do every day. Kyle, after multiple changes into his day, as a normal Friday for him goes, he was able to watch it, and we filmed early because your boy over here has nothing going on the weekends anymore. My weekends are very busy.
Your schedule's cleared out.
Yeah, seriously. I've been invited to some teacher meetings, if you know what I mean with the air quotes.
Is it an orgy?
Do not say that on our channel, you wacko. What's wrong with you? This is for kids.
Oh, you said it in air quotes.
No! All
I whispered it so we don't get demonetized.
Yeah, you just demonetized us. Let's get into this. WandaVision episode 7. I'm going to start this one off because that's what I like to do here.
Okay.
Let's start with kind of the big. Let's talk about the big reveal. There's no point to let the audience wait. We all know they want to talk about Agatha, and Kyle's
Agatha.
right. Kyle and I were right.
Kind of.
We were right. She's not Nightmare. I mean, she could still become Nightmare, but Agatha is a character in the comics. I don't know if Kyle knew that, but I knew that after I did many Google searches today.
Mm-hmm.
A character that has duped it out with Scarlet Witch in some comics, has been allies. I really like that backstory, and I really hope we get it of Agatha, because I was reading up a little bit about it, about being a witch in the Salem witch trials and all this stuff. I thought that'd be a really cool way for Marvel to take it. So we were right.
Yeah.
She is a villain. That is confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
And the little girl from Captain Marvel has grown up and now has superpowers and is become Photon. So we had 2 theories really hit right. Reed Richards is still out in the
still on the table.
Possibilities. No, Kyle, no. The creator said they would not be in this show.
Yeah, that's what the creator said.
Still possible.
We'll see. Yeah.
But I really like this episode. It did feel like we hit like a big point, and we're kind of going back down a little bit as we're building up to the finale, which this episode did a really good job of building. And I think we as an audience have followed Wanda really through this arc. And when Wanda in this episode is kind of out of it with the what was the take this week? Modern Family officially this time?
Yeah, Modern Family. Yeah. The theme song sounded like The Office. So inspirations of like talking to the camera, having interviews through the camera, those types of sitcoms. Yeah,
which I really dug. And again, the intro was awesome. I loved all the stuff with Vision. I really liked the decision with the aspect ratio in this episode. When the aspect ratio changed. I love that Darcy got her memories back. That whole conversation with Vision in the car, and it's like, oh, I died twice. The woman I love had to kill me, and then I got brought back for her to watch me die a second time. And Vision's just sitting there like, what on earth are you talking about? Really liked all that stuff. I like that we got Rambo became Photon. And I guess we were kind of right again on theories that, and we're still jury's out a little bit. Is she the first mutant? Is Photon, excuse me, the first mutant in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? You know, in their sense, mutant, the first kind of, you know, they'll give the term to her. That moment was pretty cool though, where it looked like they were about to duke it out, and she landed and her powers activated.
I was hoping she got the
Even
superhero landing down already.
I know, and I like that she, you know, she hit it, and I think she gave a look like, oh, I can duke it out now. But she also, I
Yeah.
think, you know, and this is a credit to the actress, I also think she was like, yeah, I can duke it out, and I'll do it, but I have no clue what the heck just happened to me walking through that
Yeah.
dang portal. So,
Yeah.
but I've rambled enough, Kyle. Off of anything I've said or any thoughts you have, what did you think of the show and thoughts about it and moving forward? He lagged immediately.
Yeah, as much as I've liked the premise as much as I've liked the premise of the show and how it's taking homages to sitcoms, I'm glad that we're finally in the home stretch, you know, with the show. Like it was fun to see all those homages, but now I'm ready to, you know, see the big payoff for the actual WandaVision show and see what's about to happen. So I think for these final 2 episodes, we're not going to see so much sitcom stuff anymore. It's going to be straightforward MCU style of like cameras and cinematography and that sort of thing, which I'm okay with. Like I think like now is a good time to really start ramping things up from the MCU standpoint. Am I lagging really hard? You're reacting to me weird.
Yes, you are. But I heard everything you were
Brutal.
saying.
Okay. Sorry for the audience to have to deal with that. Bad internet.
Do you have more, or you want me to take over?
No, you can keep going now.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm with you. It's nice that we're getting into the climax because this is really just a long movie. There was a rumor too that was going around that all of the final 3 episodes were supposed to be an hour long, and I even texted that to Kyle last night and was like, "Man, we're gonna get 3 full hours. I mean, that's already more than a movie is for the finale. It's gonna be awesome." And then I got on at 6:10 this morning to watch it, and it was 37 minutes, and I was like, that is not an hour. But it still didn't drag, didn't lag. None of the episodes have gone too quick or dragged for me. I'm curious what they're gonna do with Evan Peters. And you know, he has kind of an after credit scene moment here where he says something spooky, but some people think that that's actually because they're teaming up. I don't think that's true. I think he's kind of a walking henchman for Agatha. I really loved the NTs with Agatha going through the, you know, the different parts of the sitcom and the changes and kind of causing everything. And so
I killed the dog. And it's like, oh.
With the twins, I'm curious if the twins were real, or they were, you know, a manifestation that Wanda created, or if they're just something fake that Agatha created, and that's how they're going to do their House of M kind of Wanda killing the twins, is that, you know, she created this world to have a villain and, you know, incept her mind to then create children that then died, if that's kind of the route they're going. But Kevin Feige still gets it. You got any thoughts?
Yeah, other than everything that I just said and what you just said, I think it's all summed up pretty well. I mean, there was some good reveals. I'm glad that we're kind of in the home stretch of the climax of the show. Yeah, I'm really curious to see even more of the explaining that's going on. Like, is it all Wanda, or is it Agatha and Wanda? Like when Wanda wasn't knowing. I'm really curious on how all that's going to be explained.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what they're really going to do with this power thing, with Wanda being able to make a bunch of mutants, basically, because the jury is still out for Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four to show up. And Paul Bettany said in an interview something about how he also alluded to a big cameo in the show, but he was not referencing Evan Peters, and he was not referencing. Apparently,
what?
I read this later because I texted Kyle this rumor last night because I just had read that it was Evan Peters, but then this morning I saw people saying that he specifically said Evan Peters and not Doctor Strange. Because as the day went on, I did more research on I was like, I got to go find the full transcript, because I was saying, shout out to our buddy Josh, who is the only one who talks to me so early in the morning here about the show because he's seen it. is that it could be Doctor Strange, because Paul Bettany said, it's an actor I've wanted to work with my whole life, and he never works with Benedict Cumberbatch in either Infinity War and Endgame, if you really think about it. And I think most fans don't realize that they never
Yeah.
are on screen together, because they're not. They haven't worked together. They're not in any of the movies. But then I went back and saw that he had specifically said it's not. That it's not Benedict Cumberbatch and Doctor Strange. So maybe that's
Huh.
not
Okay.
true. I'm not 100% sure. It was hard finding the full transcript, but I think the jury's still out that it could be Doctor Strange. I think Reed Richards is the best play right now. I think that is the most likely scenario when you really think about everything they have going for them. Because when Rambo pulled up to that camp, I was like, oh my gosh, like the whole time I'm like, Reed. And then the second the big tank came out, I was like, Reed Richards will not, no scientist is here. This is nothing but military brutes. And I thought we were seeing a scientist. And they didn't. And you don't throw a line in there like, man, I've got the perfect physicist to figure this out. Let's go meet him. And then, if those military people are the physicists, you don't casually not drop that. Like, somebody's coming. But
Something to foot. I keep
yeah,
getting like the longer we've talked about this show and like the Reed Richards possibility, the more like I just get giddy. Like if it is like that's one thing I will be so happy to be wrong about.
the two choices I've seen too, obviously John Krasinski, everybody is saying, look, he tried out for Captain America. He's got the physique now. He's got the
Yeah.
chops. Heck, if you're Disney after seeing A Quiet Place, how do you not, bring him on to play Reed Richards and then direct his own Fantastic Four movie? Like, how do you not
Well,
do that?
they already got their director for Fantastic Four.
Oh, that's right. Is it Peyton Reed?
No, it's John Watts from Spider-Man.
That's right. I knew it was somebody jumping
Yeah.
over. Well, all right. Well,
I mean, they could still
still.
get it could be Krasinski still, but
Yeah. And Emily Blunt. I mean, if they got them, it'd be awesome. I think people aren't talking about it as much, but I think Hulk is still in play as well.
Bruce Banner, yeah.
Yeah, at least one of them, whether it's Smart Hulk or just him as normal Bruce.
But then again, it's like why would you drop the I forget what this scientist is even called now, like an astroneural blah 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 something another. Like that's not what Bruce Banner was, and even if it was Bruce
Sure.
Banner, why not just say, "Oh, the Hulk's here"? Like why would I don't know.
Another theory I've seen is that it won't be Reed Richards and that it'll actually be Mr. Dr. Von Doom before he gets his powers, because he's a
Yeah,
scientist and a smarty McFarty. Yep, I just said
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I've seen a
I
lot
wonder.
of people say it's that.
That one would be interesting. I mean, it's too early to speculate because we know nothing about what Fantastic Four is going to be. But I would be curious about if they are going in the direction of him being like a straightforward scientist, or if they would go in the direction of him being the leader of his home country, Liberia. I think that's what it was called. But that's just me like throwing out there like what on earth could this direction for Doctor Doom be? But if they go to scientist route, I mean that would also be a really good tease as well. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe it's all five of them, and maybe Dr. Von Doom's part of the team, like in the Josh Trank
Yeah.
crappy
The
movie.
Fantastic Five, that's what they call
Yeah,
us.
yeah, and maybe that's just how they get their powers, and they end up becoming villain. He becomes a villain. But uh, I'm also very curious with what's going to happen with Agatha. Is she Nightmare? Is she part of Mephisto? Is there a larger body at play here than just her, or is she the big villain for this show? I kind of hope she is, because I think Catherine Hahn can bring that as an actress, and I don't really want
Yeah.
her to be wasted as kind of like the sidekick to the big bad villain, unless it's the biggest, it's a huge villain in Doctor Strange that could end up being the villain even later in another Avengers movie. But Photon's going to be a cool addition to the Avengers, because she's got to join. You got to join the team. You don't get powers. You don't join the team. That's just not how it works in the MCU. You got to join the team. And I can't wait to see her duke it out with Captain Marvel, because they're going to have a little spat. You gonna speak?
Yes,
Thank you.
I lagged, but yes. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, everyone.
Yeah, this episode was good. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, Kyle, or?
No, I've said all my thoughts, and I'm afraid I'm gonna lag some more. So that's all I got for right now.
Well, I don't know who's going to be the big cameo. Maybe Elizabeth Olsen was referencing this second cameo for her Luke Skywalker comparison, which means the jury is still out. It could be Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is coming to the MCU, baby. That's what Kyle and I we talked about it. We texted about it. We were like, man, the only real tease, because we talked about it as for that Halloween episode, was like, man, what if Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker in the background? Because we know Star Wars exists as a movie in this universe, so that would be really cool. Like that would be a cool little tease, but man, that's never gonna happen. But man, how awesome would it be if Mark Hamill was brought in to play somebody, even if it was a side character?
Yeah, I mean, why not? Like he's like the master at coming in for all like this nerd culture type roles. I would totally be fine with that. Find a
Mark
way.
Hamill for Galactus. I want it. I want it. I
Yeah, why
want
not?
it. No, make him the Silver Surfer. I want Mark Hamill completely painted silver on a surfboard, baby. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it for the WandaVision episode 7 after show. There's 2 left. We're excited. The finale is coming up. And man, if you've seen the slate, Marvel is dropping new stuff every single week for the rest of the year, because after this show, they're doing a How We Made the WandaVision like small documentary, which I'm gonna watch because I'm a big fan of documentaries, especially about stuff I love. And then it's right into Falcon Winter Soldier, and then I believe they get a documentary, and then it's What If, and then they get a documentary, and then isn't it Miss Marvel, and that gets a documentary? What? Where's my
Probably.
Hulk? Where's my Hawkeye? Where is the beef? All right, we're ending the show here. Thank you again to our patrons. You guys are awesome. Go get some of this merch, guys. It is great. The Valentine's Day stuff is not going to be up much longer, but man, do I love this mug. But I've completely lost my entire mind tonight. So thanks for watching, Mom.
See ya, guys.